Greetings, everybody. Hope everything's going well. Listening to a kind of things lately and decided let's just have some fun. I was listening to a lot of people give their synopsis of 2020 and how all of our schedules have been interrupted, our normal life, and just kind of like how life has been turned upside down. And it got me to thinking about the old 90s sitcom, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And in his opening theme song, he talks about his life being flipped upside down. So I thought, hey, let's take that and let's run with it. So let's talk about our life being flipped upside down. Y'all ready to have some fun? Come on, join with me. Now, this is a story all about how our lives got flipped, turned upside down, and I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there and tell you how we overcome when life's not fair. Welcome back. Like I said, just a couple of seconds. When we talk about our life got flipped, turned upside down, I wanted to give you just a moment of encouragement. So this goes to all walks of life. Whether or not you're older, whether or not it's younger, you can apply the principles to anything that you do. Because life happens to us. Life comes in all type of things that happen to us, and you never know what's going to happen. See, you don't have to know tomorrow. You just need to know who holds tomorrow. And that's God. And I'm reminded as we talk about Fresh Prince, how he sung that song and he was on the basketball court and he got into a fight and his mom got scared and then she said, "You're moving with your auntie and uncle in Bel-Air." His life got flipped, turned upside down. And if you remember some of the episodes for Fresh Prince, there were times that he wanted to run and go back to Philly. There were times where he wanted to, he actually went back to Philly and he said, "I'm not going back to Bel-Air." But can I tell you, when his life got turned upside down, and he was made to go to Bel-Air, and it looked like all things were just discombobulated, that was the blessing in disguise. Because he got to go to school. He got exposed to things he would have never gotten exposed to in his neighborhood. So by his very virtue of his life being turned upside down by something that looked bad, it actually worked out for good. I know y'all heard that somewhere, but I'm not going to beat that scripture down. But I said, is that even in the Bible? But I remember hearing a story about a young boy named Joseph. And he told his brothers about a dream he had. And his brothers became angry about the dream that he had. And what they did was they decided to sell Joseph into slavery. And as he was thrown into a pit, he was picked up into slavery. I'm here to tell you, he went through so many things. He went through throwing in a pit. He went through slavery. He went being in prison. He had been falsely accused. But all those things led to him becoming the top in Egypt. Meaning his life had to be turned upside down. He was at home. He had a lovely family life. His father adored him. He was in the best of what he thought was the best worlds. But his life got turned upside down by not by any of his doing. But can I tell you, when his life got turned upside down, it worked out for the best? So sometimes we don't have control over what happens to us, but we have to know that we are made, we are wired to be stronger than when we get turned upside down. See, the world can be turned upside down, but we are wired to be stronger than that because we have God within us. So just let me leave you with this last point. I'm going to show you something. See this here? This is us. This is the world. So we've been put in the world. While I'm pouring this water in here, we're putting this in the world. Then what happens is, life comes and turns us upside down. So give me a second. I'm going to turn this jar upside down. And see, we can't control when the world comes and shakes us up. We can't control when our normal gets off track. We can't control any of those things. But all we can know is that God has designed us to be strong, to be a fighter, that even when circumstances don't go our way, we know that it'll work out. So I had this jar here that I poured water into. And by all conventional wisdom, what will happen when I take this piece of paper away from turning the jar upside down? What? No water came out. See, this is different. Gravity, which is the very thing that pulls us down, is in this jar. But you wouldn't know what else is in this jar? Air pressure. See, gravity is designed by nature to pull us down. But the air pressure in here is stronger than the gravity. So as gravity is pulling down, the air pressure is pulling up. Meaning that air pressure is stronger than gravity. Why do I bring that illustration up? It's because we're going through things in life. Yes, the jar has been turned upside down. But can I tell you, you didn't all spill out. The bottom didn't fall out of it because God has something in you that is stronger than the forces that are trying to pull you down. The forces that are trying to pull you down seem to work on everybody else, but it doesn't work on you because you have been wired a different way. Because the God who's in you is stronger than he that is in the world. So these are not any magical illusions that are going on. No CGI, no green screen that's coming on with here. I'm trying to show you that if the principle is true, that if air pressure going up is stronger than gravity coming down, then I'm telling you that the God in you that is pulling you up is stronger than the world that's turned upside down that seems to be pulling everybody else down. It's keeping you in the jar. And just to show you that this is no trick, the moment we lose focus, the moment we think that we don't need God, that we don't need God holding us up as the world is turning us upside down, watch what happens. All that water comes out. I'm here to tell you today, even if your life gets turned upside down, know that God who is in you is stronger, who is going up than the forces that are trying to turn you upside down and shake the bottom out of you. As long as God is with you, you'll always be contained. You don't have to worry about your bottom falling out because greater is he that is in you than is he that is in the world. Have a blessed week. And even though your life got turned upside down, just like for Will, it worked out for better. Just like for Joseph, it worked out for the better. And just like many of us who are going to experience going through this coronavirus, it's going to work out for the better. Stay encouraged.